Hey bike farmers, thanks for clicking in. Got something completely different today. Never done this before on the channel. I don't know if I've ever done this in my life, but we've got ourselves an old Raleigh Mixte frame here. Mixte? Mixte. I don't know. Whatever, step through, but this kind of like double top tube deal going on. These were really popular in the 70s and 80s, but I think they actually make kind of a lightweight zip around towner type bike. The problem is this was just a frame. This was up north with my friends at Shop Dog Cycles on eBay, and I like it because it's brown and it's got an old yellow jersey sticker on here, and I don't know, there's just things about it caught my eye, and I'm like, might be a fun project for the channel. And that's when Mike told me that he had this idea that a lot of my viewers probably are out there looking at a bike frame, wanting to do a frame up build, but not sure how to put all the parts together. And he's like, the answer is in donor bikes. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, take this, for example. So here's a Raleigh Technium, one of the early aluminum Raleigh road bikes. And it's got all of the parts, well, not all of them, but most of the parts we would need to build this one up. And they're cool, lightweight, good quality road parts from the era. He said, strip that bike down and then build this bike with the parts. And I was like, that is a good idea. So we're gonna do that, but instead of having drop bars, we're gonna do upright bars. I found some levers. We're gonna put some new tires on it, but most of the parts are gonna come from this blue bike. So this video is gonna go like this. We're gonna strip the blue bike and then we're gonna build the brown bike and work through all the problems that we run across along the way because it's weird and different, and that's what I like to work on. So you kick back and relax, and I'm gonna dig in. Okay, per the usual, we're gonna pop the wheels off and set them aside. I really like all this housing that came with the bike, so we're gonna try to reuse it. Actually, we could reuse these cables too, couldn't we? Let's see if we can reuse the cables. I really like these Shimano derailleurs from this time. I guess I don't know if they work all that great, but I just think they're nice and classic looking. Nope. Ugh, I don't know why that happens. This is why sometimes it's easier just to cut the cables, start over. It's an early version of internal cable routing. Kind of dislodge it from the back and then see if we can pull it through. See, I mean, seriously, like internal cable routing has never been a good idea. So you can't braze stops onto aluminum tubes, right? So this is an old aluminum bike. So they used to bolt everything onto them. And it was pretty dumb of me to not cut these cables anyway, but I want to reuse this housing. I love the housing. But it was kind of dumb because these are road cables and they won't work in the new levers anyway. so. I'm gonna try to reuse these. Actually, we'll just leave them in the shifters. That's fine. I want to get these bars off. I think I want to reuse this stem. I bought like a 25 pack of these utility knives. I used to get them at Harbor Freight, but I just don't ever go to Harbor Freight anymore. And they like to disappear. But thankfully we have Amazon.com. Now I have way too many of them. Nice thing to add to your workshop. That's what I'm saying. So annoying. You think you get it enough, and then you get it around the corner, and it ain't enough. And then the problem is if you go too much, then you unscrew it all and whatever. But these are nice Diacomp levers, but pretty, what do you call it? Obsolete these days. There's really, I don't know anybody that's into keeping these around. These ferrules come in handy though. Are these even stamped? Yeah, these are even stamped Diacomp. Very cool. I mean, I guess it's not very cool, but you know, for guys like me, total bike nerds, get off on things like that. You guys like that? Oh, man. Oh, wow. Wow, man. These are stamped Diacomp on the inside. Very cool. Actually, they have a, what do you call that? A grommet or something. It's all plastic and not unrubberized. Yeah, I would say this was like a mid-range, mid-level bike when it came out. You know, producing aluminum bikes was a lot more expensive, but apparently people thought that aluminum was lighter, which technically I guess it can be, or is. But this sort of lugged aluminum construction, I don't know, pretty dumb if you ask me. Like basically I hate these Raleigh Technium frames, all of them, every single one of them. Hate, hate, hate. My heart is filled with hate because of these bikes. Oh, dropped a nut. Is this enough? Yep. All right. I've got nothing better to do with my life than to figure this out. There we go. I don't know what I did, but Road Champion, Sakai Custom. These are also pretty much useless and worthless. Oh. Ugh. Well, come on now. Don't want to push it all the way through. We'll be reusing this chain too. Nope. I hope this tube is the same size on both bikes. I love this derailleur. Okay, out with the old and in with the new. Wait, no, out with the new and in with the old. Go up here with it. Headset feels good. Bottom bracket is a little loose, but adequate. Just because I'm curious. I mean, that works. Here's the cool yellow Jersey Bicycle Co-op sticker from way back in the day. It's like a crank with a fist. Totally radical. Not totally radical. Radical in the 60s anti-war movement, Madison, Wisconsin way. I like that. I like the little bits of history you can pull off these bikes. Okay, this one's been sitting a while, so I'm gonna spray her down and give her a good wiping. Hey bike farmers, just a friendly reminder to click the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're able to support more directly, hit the super thanks button and send me some taco money. Or better yet, join the channel as a monthly sustaining member and be the first to see new videos and get late access to the live streams. And after you've watched this video all the way to the end, head on over to bikefarmer.com and pick yourself up some merch or score yourself something cool from the barn sale. Now let's get back to the bikes. Woody Charleston, everybody. So one of the biggest problems, I dropped a brake, with these old 26-inch bikes, with these old 27-inch wheeled bikes, is 27-inch is truly an outdated, obsolete wheel size. It was replaced by 700C, and they just kind of went away in the mid-80s. And so you have a lot of these bikes out there and they've been sitting and the tires are shot. And you can still get 27-inch tires, but they cost every bit as much as other tires, and the bikes aren't really any better or whatever, so you're far better off just dealing with a 700C bike. And it kind of made the bikes worthless too, because it just becomes a problem. Like, you have to put tires on them, so automatically, you know what, minimum of $50 extra cost in these bikes. I'm taking off the 27 by 1 1/8, which was like the standard road size, kind of a road racing skinny, and I'm gonna put on 1 1/4. And this is a 1 1/4 tube that they had crammed in there. Nice big fat hybrid tube. Suntour freewheel and an old Suntour dork disc, which I absolutely adore with all my heart. And we're gonna, oh shit, god damn, that is messy. Oh man, that is so bad. I just had my Phil's Tenacious Oil bottle cap pop off. And it will tenaciously seek in. seep into the earth. I squeezed it too hard and the nip came off. Ay, 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 that's a mess. Somebody asked me in a comment the other day, what happens to your brand new floor with all the, because I just spray shit all over the place and don't give a rat's fuck about it. I replied, the floor gets dirty. That's what happens to my brand new floor. No, all I do is go and get carpet remnants from Menards. That's not true. This I actually paid for because the remnants really don't save you a whole lot of money. But every year or two, I just go buy $100 worth of carpet and throw it down, and that soaks up most of it. But the floor in here kind of sucks anyway. I feel like now I have to take this all apart and really kind of degrease it and clean it. And there's really nothing I can do about the floor. That sucks. I guess it doesn't really matter if it's on this tube, does it? Just rub it into the floor and that's gonna get tossed. All right, there's the first big schmutz on the new floor. Thank you for coming along on that journey. So the other day, I was looking for my bottle of fills. Couldn't find it after the move, after I moved everything around. So I went over to the other bench to look for it. And there it was, tipped over, pouring out over onto that bench. Slowly but surely. I think that I definitely know that I've spilled more Phil's Tenacious Oil than I've used properly in my life. All right, this is a Suntour freewheel, the 2-pronger. Terrible design. You saw this in a video not too long ago. Okay, this one came off clean. It's really easy for these 2-prong tools to slip, lose purchase if you're not careful. And I wasn't careful. And it was my fault. Because I'm a mistaker. Here, I got one dirty rag left here. Come on now. Don't come off there. Come on. Come on, little buddy. Come on, boo-boo. Come on, boo-boo. Good boy. Oh, this thing is dumber than my dog. Unscrewing it. They don't make them like they used to. Now that's a dork disc. Woo! Little DPW there. Oh, I dropped a dork disc. Man. Good enough. Yeah, you can see it's just really caked on there. Little DP dubs. Okay, I'm just gonna go rinse this off in my sink quick. All right. Oh, there's something stuck in there. There we go. Oh, dropped a brush. Okay. Might as well clean back behind it. Hub feels fine. For good measure. Throw a little grease on them threads there, hey? back to this stage of things. MSW Thunder Road tires. It's got like installation instructions. Nobody knows more about installing tires than me. How could that ever be helpful for me? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so I'm just putting in a little bit of air, and then you can see how it's popping off the rim right there already. It's nice to catch that before it blows up in your face. Checking for inconsistencies. Okay, so this isn't quite wide enough for me, you know, but it's all I had here. I don't know if you can find wider 27-inch tires, probably somehow, but that's gonna have to be good enough for who it's for. All right. All right, here we are on the True Thing stand. Oh, I'm gonna go this way with it. Well, I guess I do know why. I don't really know why, but I do, to tell you the truth. I did it because I felt like the skewer needed cleaning and you'd want to see that, which is totally ridiculous. Like, why would anybody want to see that? You know, frankly, let's talk about that. Why would anybody want to see any of this? You know, like, so this morning I woke up extra super early, like 4 o'clock. I don't mind waking up at 5. I love waking up at 5, actually. That's my go-to wake-up time, but lately, I don't know why, I've just been getting up early, 4:15, something like that. And I wanted to go back to sleep. So I put on some Bob Ross, the old go-to. My guy, he is so good at what he does. And what I mean is he's a really good painter, but, you know, just the production. Like, he was painting, and then the camera goes down to his, palette, right? And he's going to the palette and doing the colors on the palette. And he's mixing them, and then he's like, I'll be right back. And he takes like his knife or his brush or whatever to grab some color and then comes right back. And he was talking to the camera operators, or maybe the editor, or somebody in production, you know, but he made it seem as though he was talking to the audience or whatever, just because he knew that his hand was gonna move out of frame. And then, you know, he was just notifying the next down the line that, you know, like, don't switch camera angles, don't go back up to the painting. I'm not taking the brush up to the canvas. It's gonna stay down here with the palette. Just give me a sec, I gotta, like, you know, adjust. Because, like, he's just like boom, boom, boom. Every single one of those paintings is 27.5 minutes long or something, you know? It's done with remarkable precision. And it's all one take. There's no jump cuts. It's not like watching these videos. So, I mean, this is all just jump cut after jump cut after jump cut. It's phenomenal, the level of production. And then, you know, he's a really good painter too. Like, his technique is rock solid and he produces great paintings. And so when I was first thinking about doing this channel, I know that I'm good at one thing when it comes to bikes, and that's tune-ups on what I call regular bikes for regular people. You know, the 96 through 2010 hybrids, mountain bikes, before disc brakes, hydraulic brakes, before, you know, like maybe some 29ers, mostly just like hybrids and get around towners and whatever, right? That's what I'm really good at. And from whatever, 4 or 5 seasons in the bike mobile, doing, you know, 5 to 10 bikes a day all summer long, I'd done a million of them. And I got in the van, you know, it's like, get it done, go to the next appointment. And if I could get these done, and then I can take the appointment at the end of the day and move it forward, like text the person, and like I'd have to like, you know, I could like get myself 2 or 3 hours in the afternoon. I'd get home early, I could take a nap and watch Bob Ross, and you know what I mean? Like I had it down to a science, like it was clockwork, just like Bob Ross. I was like, I'm as good at doing bike tune-ups as Bob Ross is at doing wet on wet oil painting landscapes. This technique that he has. He's not like he's not a creative, like high art artist, right? I'm gonna make landscapes, that's what I'm good at. He loves nature. I mean, he clearly has an amazing understanding of the natural world, and it shows through in his art, but it's almost like, it's not art, right? It's a craft, you know? He's like producing the same product over and over and over again with subtle differences, much like with my bikes. And so I set out to do bike farmer videos the same way. And you'll see, if you go look back and look at my original videos, they're pretty bad. But you can see where I'm coming from. Like I was like, oh, I'm just gonna do one take, just let the camera run. It's gonna be super easy to produce them. You know, there's like no editing. I had my buddy edit them, and I was like, just let it run. You know, just cut off the beginning of the end of each clip, and you know, don't worry about it. Later I learned that for the videos to be more watchable, a little more, it has to go into the editing. You know, YouTube is a totally different beast than public television or whatever, right? And for the first 2 years of making videos, I only did videos on bikes that I knew I could fix without looking like a dumbass. You know, I didn't want to look like I didn't know what I was doing. Because when it comes to certain things on bikes, I don't know what I'm doing, because I don't know everything, and I'm imperfect, and I'm human, and I make mistakes, right? But this summer, I was like, I'm gonna take a risk. Well, first of all, a couple of bikes, you know, they fought back, and I really struggled, and in the comments, people are like, oh, we love watching you struggle. And then I was thinking of Jerry Rosa String Works, my other real influence with this whole thing. Jerry is a guitar luthier, and he's really good at it, but he's not like, he's real folksy about it, right? Like he just figured out how to do it on his own. He's not trained. I don't think he watches like other luthiers on YouTube to figure out the best techniques. You know, he figured out how to make like saddles with antlers instead of bone. And he's convinced that like antler material is better than bone material for guitar saddles. And so he does that. And like, you know, it's very much folksy, and he does it his own way because he doesn't need to make the best of the best. And he did a whole series on like his last mandolin. He was like the greatest mandolin ever made known to man, because people just beat him up in the comments about how much of a hack he is, and you know, he's just ham-fisted about things, but he always gets it done. The instrument is like, you know, it plays super well, it sounds great, everything's in its right place. You know, he's got a lot of methods that are right, but when it comes to like the latest and greatest, highest tech, you know, blah, blah, blah stuff, you know, he's just not, that's not his jam. And I like totally related to that too. I think at some point he got like a laser cutter or something. And you know, he's used some of that, and he like done some modern things, but really he's just super old school, and his clientele are like these old guys with these old instruments, and they just kind of love him, and he'll work on anything, and he doesn't give a shit if it's a 1935 Martin. He's gonna treat it the same way as that 70s K, you know, they're all gonna get the same, you know, if you take it to him, he's gonna do that. And he has some respect for like collector value and that sort of thing, but not really, you know? He's like, and that drives people crazy, you know? And then he's like always talking about it. He gets these comments and he's just like, relax people, you know? It's like, first of all, it's not your instrument, it's not your business. You know, I do things my way and take it or leave it. And that's very much how I am. But since you guys liked watching me mess up, I had a couple bikes this summer that were like tubeless, and the crank thing, Holotech cranks. I bled some brakes and it didn't go well because of the old shitty, stupid brake technology that isn't worth dealing with. And like I could spend a whole bunch of money or my customers' money to try and make it right, but it was the wrong bike for them anyway. I'm just like, why are we doing this when you could just play this guitar instead? You know, like just play this one instead. It's like, you're not that good at whatever you think you're good at, and it's not that important. This is just the way I am. So this wheel's done and that wheel's done. We got to get back to the bike. Well, anyway, the last video I did on the stupid fork, that piece of shit fork that really didn't matter for anything, I had no idea what I was doing. And it was blatantly obvious. And then of course in the comments, everybody's like, you should have done it this way. How do you not know that? You know what I mean? And it's like, I said it in the intro, like, I don't know what I'm doing. And like, I don't really care because it's so unbelievably irrelevant to this bike or anything. And I mean, I guess like the whole, like, if you're gonna do it, just do it right. But like, I don't know. The whole point is like, this is not really worth my time, or I just am making good content. And like, I'm only making these videos to give you guys something to watch. It's like, watch me work, listen to me rant, and maybe through osmosis, you'll see something and learn a little something that you can apply to your life, or you'll hear something or whatever. But enough of you like it, you know, just like I like Jerry, even though like, I don't know, I watch other guitar luthiers and they're like way better at it than him. I don't really care. He's just doing it his way. And like, I've never felt like I ever need to call anybody out on the internet about it. Like, I don't know. I should just ignore the haters. I know I shouldn't even read the comments, but it just really boggles my mind that people feel like they need to let me know like how much I'm disappointing them. Anyway, watch something else, I guess. If you want to like see the best, there's so many other bike YouTubers out there that are like better at fixing bikes or whatever that you're looking for. Just go watch something else. It's not for you. You shined up real well. I just rinsed them. Just took them to the sink and rinsed them, so that's good. This was filthy too. Well, anyway, thank you to everyone who supports me and has been buying the merch and sending me supers and making all of this possible, because I do think it's refreshing to see somebody who's not insistent on being the best or whatever. Like, I really enjoy watching channels like this one where it's just somebody being themselves, doing what they love to do, and I can live vicariously through them, and that's what I'm trying to do for you. I'm not trying to be the best or prove anything, and I don't know why so many people think I am. I mean, I guess maybe it is like forcing my unpopular opinions on everybody all the time. I do have a bit of a chip on my shoulder, so maybe I'm asking for it. I don't know. I guess what's really triggering, what really has triggered it is I've started doing, turning my videos into shorts on Instagram. And so I've reached a whole bunch of people that don't know what Bike Farmer on YouTube really is all about. And so they're like, this guy's a hack. And like, it's just a whole another subset of assholes, which I should get over, or at least learn how to embrace it somehow. That's kind of, I guess, what has triggered some of this. People they just don't get it. So I already know this clamp is too big for the Raleigh, and I think what we're gonna do is turn it into a 1x single chainring in front. But since I'm gonna go rinse off the rear derailleur, I might as well do this one too. Look at that beauty. Yeah, and then what really triggered it is I got an email from somebody that I must have blocked them, because I'll do that. I mean, I did that like in the middle of a live stream the other day. Like, if you cross a line with me, like straight up disrespectful, you're done. I mean, I just have a zero tolerance for disrespect or just being a jackass for being a jackass. So must block this guy, but he like tracked me down and like emailed me and was like, grow thicker skin, you're not open to any kind of feedback and blah, blah, blah. And it was like, holy shit, you know, like tracking me down or whatever, taking that extra step, like it gets creepy, you know? And I'm just like, who ever gave the impression that I'm like here to satisfy your every need? Oh, this isn't gonna work at all. That's a bummer. Have to figure this out. Kind of sucks to have to use a brand new handlebar on this bike, but it's all I got right now. A brand new handlebar and a lot to gripe about. Okay, so this is a 40 tooth ring, which I think is just fine for cruising around town or out on the Glacial Drumlin bike trail. It means you gotta slam your beer. Every time I say Glacial Drumlin, you have to slam your beer. And these are coming off so nicely. You know, I think something like that'll look pretty good. I mean, I guess I wish I had like a 42 or 44, but this is gonna be good enough for who it's for today. Okay, and then, is this gonna work? No, that's not gonna work. I gotta go find some single speed, whatchamacallits. What do you call those? Chainring bolts. Okay, found some spacers. Look at that. Boom. Ha ha. You know, kind of nice to have a shop full of stuff. I guess I've gotten that criticism too in the past, is like, bro talks about how it's so easy to flip bikes in your garage, but he's got a bike shop full of parts, you know? It's like, well, yeah, you know, but again, like, it's not necessarily a how-to, and I really hope, and I see those comments all the time too, where it's like, dude, you totally inspired me to go get an old bike and fix it up, and I love it. What a fun hobby. So it's like, it works, you know? I mean, I can't imagine, I've said this before on the channel too, it's like, I can't imagine anybody watching Bob Ross and painting along to a half-hour episode, you know what I mean? Like, the fact that he pretends that people are actually doing it at home, but I guess they do. But mostly what he does on his channel too is just encourages people, like, anybody can do this. Just do it, you know? And it can be really rewarding. That's what I'm after, you know? It's not like, I'm not trying to turn you into a world-class artist. Museum of Modern Art is what he used to say. I shouldn't let the comments bother me so much. I should grow thicker skin, like the guy said in the email. He's absolutely right. Okay, so now you don't really need the tool on the back. They should kind of tighten down amongst themselves. Where there's a will, there's a way. Pretty. All right, this has to be adjusted anyway. So we'll pull it apart, squirt some grease in it. This was a terrible idea for a bike farmer project. Why did I even decide to do this today? Nobody wants to see this shit. Make sure you pinch really hard on this wrench and screw these threads up, because you don't want any chance of making this right. Good Lord, oh shit. These bearings are free packed? Holy crap. Just bad idea after bad idea after bad idea. Oh, drop some balls. My God. What is that, a rabbit? Why would there be a rabbit in here? Why did I think of a rabbit? All right, I don't want to try to fish that fixed cup out of there. So I'm gonna try to clean it this way. I don't think that did anything. Get there with my finger at least. Oh man, I should have just tightened it down, you know? It's so not worth it. It's just caked on there, you know, for, well, I don't know, is this bike from the 70s? It's gotta be 55, 50 years, something like that. All right. I mean, the good news is, you know, this cleaned up right away, and I found some bearings that seem to be just fine, right? And the races look good. Okay. Somebody said it was helpful when I was like, you know, on these spindles, it usually says something and then you know which way the spindle goes on. This one just has an S, so I can't tell which way you read it from. But I think the longer side, which I can't tell what that is here either. Maybe it's the same both ways. Okay. Nope. Okay, so this is the longer side. Hold on to that so I don't forget. Longer side we want on the drive side, so put that in first. Alright, I just cleaned the threads off on the grinding wheel, or on the rubber wheel. All right, I'm gonna back it off a smidge. Oh man, does that feel good. Thank God. I mean, that I can confidently say is better than brand new. Listen to this. There's ball bearings in there. I think I can get them to come out. There's ball bearings stuck in that frame somewhere. Okay, I'm just gonna lie to you and say that I just spent the last, I don't know how long of my life, half hour fishing those ball bearings out. I mean, I definitely do not need this much clearance. Okay, so the right thing to do is to take it all apart, get those bearings out of there, and then get a shorter spindle and use it. But I want to move on with my life, and I don't care that much about this bike, and it's like not even for a customer or anything. So just put it in your note that that's what you should do if you're a good person. And if you're taking notes watching Bike Farmer, God help you anyway. Uh-oh. We gotta figure out a derailleur here. And this axle doesn't want to fit in these dropouts either. Man, I've been at this so long and have spent so much time on this bike, and I just want to give up on it completely now. Like, I gotta figure all this out. So I don't fully know exactly what's up with those axles, but clearly, like, these dropouts aren't gonna play well with a quick release wheel anyway. So I did need bolt-on 27-inch wheels for this bike. That's really what we should be doing. Found this Altus derailleur. And that's going to help with the quick release situation. Right? Still not entirely sure why this axle wouldn't want to fit in these dropouts. I need to go get some lunch or something. This is pissing me off. I'm gonna lose it here in a second. Let's bend a skewer. Okay, all right.